The next morning, I headed a few miles outside of Adak to explore the 7 Doors of Doom. During the height of the Cold War, 7 nuclear warheads were stored in 7 separate bunkers in this top-secret complex, which was entirely off-limits to those without clearance, with the military authorized to use deadly force against any intruders. Today, it lies completely in ruin, with some of the bunkers now being leased as storage units.
All right, and here it is, folks. One of the most secure buildings in the United States during its time. I can't remember the exact name of this building, but it's locally referred to as the 7 Doors of Doom. You can see 2 major watchtowers here, and the group of 7 bunkers that stored nuclear warheads right here in the center. A lot of downed power lines. Again, it's quite an apocalyptic place. And this is probably the only time in my life I'm going to be able to enter a, top secret guarded facility like this without getting shot. So here goes nothing. So pretty crazy to see, this double barbed wire fence. They definitely did not want anybody getting in here. So high security. It's so cool to be inside a place like this. You don't need clearance anymore. It's all abandoned. So just really cool. And seems to be another group of people over there checking it out. So I'm not alone here right now, but plenty of bunkers here, 7 in total. Each of them, I don't know exactly how many warheads they would carry inside of them, but you can see it is housed kind of in this concrete bunker, camouflaged with earth right on top of it. So you would not be able to see this very clearly from the air. And you can see how rusted out these doors are. And looks like each of them had its own unique number. And inside, not as big as I thought they'd be, but boy, is there ever an echo in here. My goodness. Explosive limit, 4,000 pounds. Crazy. Wow. So nuclear warheads were once inside here. That's just unbelievable to think about. Very cool. All right, so I just met a couple of environmental scientists, I guess, that were telling me that these are actually rented out as storage units, believe it or not. So the Alouette Corporation that owns all of this land and all the buildings here in Adak, they'll actually rent out these as storage units, which is just crazy. But I guess make money where you can, right? But here's another one of them. And this one's completely empty. It's got a tire in here and some barrels, but otherwise not much going on in here, but pretty crazy. So there's just random trash strewn throughout these old bunkers. You can see just rotted out, you can see just rusted out barrels, massive door ripped right off its hinges. So this is the door that belongs right there, evidently. So this bunker definitely did not stand the test of time. I mean, that door is torn right off its hinges. Plenty of garbage in here, basically. So again, they don't really mind any of this. Nothing is, really taken care of here. It's kind of seen as just abandoned and worthless. So unfortunately, what else are you going to do with it at this point? So kind of sad, but that's the way it is. Anyway, I'm going to go over here to the Watchtower to see if I can peek inside the old guardhouse. So this must have been the entry-exit area. Has one of these turnstiles here. Probably does not spin anymore. Maybe it does. Yeah, that is seized. But once upon a time, that was a turnstile that actually functioned and turned. Needs a bit of oil, but yeah, it's not moving. Crazy. And this would have been a call box back in the day. I don't know what that is. A massive battery of some sort right here. And just random items. Anyway, I'm gonna go climb the steps here and check out the guardhouse. I'm assuming it's gonna be in pretty poor condition, though this staircase seems to be fine. Solid steel and concrete. Really heavy door, my goodness. Oh, wow. Looks like they did have a little toilet here, I guess, for the soldier that was placed in their urinal. But yeah, plenty of little, I don't know what they're called, gun placements, basically. Pretty amazingly strong bulletproof glass. That's definitely withstood the test of time, as you can see. There's actually very little broken glass. It's mostly tile. I guess it was a tile floor by the looks of it. which has just gone to trash. But yeah, all the windows, with the exception of a couple, at least one of the panes is broken there. This pane is a bit broken, but yeah, by and large, this building has really withstood the test of time. And there's your gun placements right there to shoot anybody who might be approaching, right? So they have chosen pretty strategic locations for these. Really cool. And this is the ground floor. So electric box, you gotta watch your step in here. Fuses everywhere. Everything is just torn to garbage. My goodness. It smells like mold. It's amazing how wrecked these buildings can get. Wow, like nothing is spared. It's crazy that all of this is just, you know, the elements taking its toll on the building. So it looks like some abandoned oil barrels, some heavy equipment. There's a medic station there, a first aid station. Not sure what this building was used for, but a little generator there. Random tools, basically. Some sort of shop. But yeah, you can see just how abandoned it is. Looks like there's some light out that side. I'm gonna hop over here and check it out. Stinks in here though. Really strong mold smell here. Oh, massive room here. I'm not sure what that was used for, but it's got some safes basically, or I'm not sure what that is. Can't really make it out, but wow. So many empty chambers here, crazy. So definitely some rot on the more wooden buildings here. I've read online that many of the people that have visited these military buildings in Adak actually find, you know, ashtrays still with cigarettes inside, you know, dirty bowls and everything else. One of the locals here yesterday was telling me that they often do go inside these buildings and kind of scavenge for things that have been left behind that they could use in their own homes. But pretty crazy that, you know, this is a city that is full of old abandoned buildings, and those abandoned buildings do contain a lot of things of value still. And right over here, this is one of the fallout bunkers, I believe. And I believe you can actually go down inside from what I read online. So pretty interesting. So as you can see, very solid concrete structure. This would have been the perfect place for soldiers to escape to in the event of any enemy air fire and so forth. So pretty cool to go inside and get a glimpse of what those soldiers would have been up against and what their living quarters would have been like had there been any massive attack from an enemy. All right, so this is the entrance, evidently, and completely huge concrete barrier, probably to shelter the door from any attacks. A lot of shelving. So I'm not sure of the relevance of this. It looks like a whiteboard, which is empty. I can't make out anything on it. You can see some images here on the wall. So, Semper Fidelis, bald eagle, and weightlifter right here. Not sure of the relevance there, but pretty cool to get inside here and see what it would have been like back in the, you know, the 80s. USMC, United States Marine Corps, right there. And a charge-a-call telephone booth from back in the day. Some of the rooms are pretty dark, but I can make out at least ACC, some lockers, different bunks. Wow. So they would have lived underground, and I guess this would have been covered by a hatch, of course, in the event of war. But, oh wow. Whew. And that's the roof right here. I don't really want to go venturing too much onto the roof itself because I don't know. I think it's concrete, but I don't know how strong it is at this point. So pretty crazy. I'm gonna walk over to the Watchtower though. Over here, it should be okay actually. Looks like it's pretty sturdy. This one's a lot smaller, but also has some holes for shooting. And a heater, by the looks of it, old heater. Pretty fascinating place, my goodness. Just so cool. It's like a living museum. Just try to be respectful. If you do any urbexing, don't wreck anything. Leave it as you found it, at least. This light is basically hanging on by a thread. So do watch yourself if you're coming here. You can see the tiling up here is ready to fall down too. So be careful. Looks like they had plenty of talented artists here at the base, because I'm seeing these everywhere. So I'm not sure who made that, but I can't make it out. Jervis, maybe? But yeah, hardcore soldier. I'm not sure what this is. The COG hut. Be careful going in here. But oh, it looks like mostly electrical paneling. There's some safes. Wow, so much history here. It's actually crazy. Anyway, I'm heading out. It's pretty dangerous in here, but fascinating. Really fascinating. Very cool place.